Picture this. You land in Italy, you step off the plane, and the very first person you meet smiles at you and says something. Not in English, in Italian. Now you could smile awkwardly, maybe nod, and hope the conversation ends quickly. Or imagine this. You look right back, and with confidence, you reply in Italian. Even if it's just a simple, "Hello, my name is." That tiny moment instantly changes how people see you. You're not just a tourist anymore. You're someone trying to connect. And today, that's exactly what we'll learn. How to greet someone and introduce yourself in Italian, in a way that feels natural and friendly. In Italy, greetings are not just polite words. They are little rituals that set the mood. Whether you're meeting someone for the first time, or simply walking into a shop, the way you say hello can make all the difference. And here's the good news. Even if you've never spoken Italian before, you already know more than you think. For example, when Italians meet in the morning, they often say, Buongiorno, which means good morning. Simple, right? And yet, when you use it, people instantly recognize that you're making an effort, and they respond with warmth. By the end of this practice, you'll be able to greet someone naturally, and even introduce yourself with confidence. Let's start with the most common greetings you'll hear in Italy. The first one is Ciao. It means both hello and goodbye, and it's used with friends, family, or people your own age. Try it with me slowly, more naturally. Ciao. Now, for situations that are a bit more formal, like meeting someone new or entering a shop, Italians say Buongiorno. Good morning or good day. Repeat slowly, Buongiorno, and now in one breath, Buongiorno. In the evening, you'll hear Buonasera. Good evening. Say it slowly, Buonasera. Now naturally, Buonasera. Now imagine this scene. You meet someone for the first time, and you want to say who you are. In Italian, you say, Mi chiamo. My name is, for example, Mi chiamo Anna. Let's try it together. Mi chiamo? And now you say your name. Benissimo! You've just greeted someone and introduced yourself in Italian. Let's take a closer look at the greetings we just practiced. First, ciao. This tiny word does a lot of work. It means both hi and bye. In English, you wouldn't use the same word for arriving and leaving, right? But in Italian, ciao is flexible. It's informal, so you'd use it with friends, with someone your own age, or in casual settings. Now, contrast that with buongiorno. Literally, it breaks down into two parts. Einen buon, which means good, and giorno, which means day. Put them together. Buongiorno. Good day. This is the polite, standard greeting you can use in shops, restaurants, offices, or when you meet someone for the first time. Think of it as the safe choice. You can go wrong with. Buongiorno. And in the evening, we switch to Buonasera. Same logic. Buona means good, and sera means evening. So you're literally saying, good evening. Notice something here. Italians often greet each other by wishing you a good sera, part of the day, good morning, good evening. It's not just a hello. It's a little positive wish built into the language. Now, let's move to introductions. Mi chiamo. My name is. Here's the grammar breakdown. Mi means myself. Chiamo comes from the verb chiamare, which means to call. So literally, mi chiamo Anna means I call myself Anna. That's a big difference from English. In English, we say my name is. But in Italian, the structure is more like I call myself. It's a reflexive verb, meaning the action reflects back on you. Let's practice the pieces step by step. Say, me. Myself. Now chiamo, I call. Put them together. Mi chiamo, I call myself. Excellent. You've got the rhythm. And here's a useful tip. If you want to ask someone else their name, you flip the structure slightly. You say, Come ti chiami? Literally, how do you call yourself? Which in English becomes, what's your name? So now you can greet someone politely and exchange names. Exactly what happens in real life when meeting someone new. Let's practice together step by step. I'll say the phrase in Italian, then pause so you can repeat after me out loud. Ready? Let's start simple. Ciao. Now you. Again. Ciao. One more time, a little faster. Ciao. Now the more formal greeting. Buongiorno. Your turn. Again. Buongiorno. And once more naturally. Buongiorno. Excellent. Now let's try the evening version. Buonasera. Now you. Again. Buonasera. And once more. Buonasera. Benissimo. You've got the three main greetings. Now let's add introductions. Listen first. Mi chiamo Anna. My name is Anna. Now repeat with your own name. Mi chiamo. Good. Again. Mi chiamo. And one last time, smoothly. Mi chiamo. Now, let's practice asking the other person's name. Say after me. Come to chiami. What's your name? Again. Come to chiami. One more time. Come to chiami. Now let's put it together in a real exchange. I'll say the first line, then you answer with your own name. I say, Ciao, come ti chiami? You answer, Mi chiamo. Say your name. Molto bene. Let's try again, this time with a more formal tone. I say, Buongiorno, come ti chiami? You answer, Mi chiamo. And one more variation. I say, Buonasera, come ti chiami? You answer, Mi chiamo. Fantastic. You can now greet someone at any time of day and introduce yourself confidently. Now that you can say hello and introduce yourself, let's build a little more. Imagine you've just said your name. What is the next thing you dare say? Probably something polite, like nice to meet you. In Italian, that's Piacere. Literally, pleasure. Now more naturally, Piacere. This is the standard way Italians respond after introductions. Let's try it in context. I say, Ciao, mi chiamo Anna. You answer, Piacere. Perfect. Now, let's learn how to ask. How are you? The casual way with friends is, Come stai? Literally, how are you staying? Repeat slowly, Come stai? Again, naturally, Come stai? And the polite version, if you're speaking to someone you don't know well, is, Come sta? Without the I at the end. That one little letter makes it formal. Say it. Come sta? Again, come sta? Now let's practice a simple reply. Sto bene, grazie. I'm well, thank you. Repeat with me. Sto bene, grazie. Again. Sto bene, grazie. And of course, you can also ask back. E tu? And you? Informal. Or e lei? And you? Formal with capital L. Let's build a mini conversation together. Ciao, mi chiamo Marco. Ciao, mi chiamo Sara. Piacere. Piacere, come stai? Sto bene, grazie. E tu? This little exchange already gives you the tools for a natural introduction in Italian. Benissimo. You see how we're not just learning isolated words, but building blocks that fit together. Here's now something fascinating about greetings in Italy. It is not just the words you say, it is also what you do. In many parts of Italy, when you're introduced to someone, instead of a handshake, you might receive a kiss on both cheeks. It's quick, it's light, and it's more of a cultural gesture than a romantic one. Don't worry, nobody expects tourists to get it perfect, but it shows how much Italians value warmth and closeness. Another detail, Italians often use titles when greeting someone formally. For example, if someone is a professor, a doctor, or even just older than you might hear, Buongiorno, dottore. Good morning, doctor. Or, Buonasera, professore. It's a sign of respect, and Italians pay attention to it. And here's a charming little cultural twist. When Italians meet a group of friends, they often greet each person individually, even if it takes longer. It's about showing attention to everyone, not just saying one big hello to the room. So, greetings in Italy are more than just practical. They're little acts of connection, making people feel seen and valued. Let's take a moment to recap what you can now do in Italian. You can greet someone informally with Ciao, or more politely with Buongiorno and Buonasera. You can introduce yourself with Mi chiamo and ask someone's name with Come ti chiami. You can respond with Piacere and even go further. Come stai? Sto bene, grazie. E tu? That is already a full conversation you can have the very first time you meet someone in Italy. Think about it. Just a few minutes ago, these were unfamiliar words. Now they're yours. Step by step, you are building the ability to connect with people in their own language. And that is powerful. Here's my challenge for you. Say your name out loud in Italian right now. Ready? Mi chiamo. Good. Say it again, more confidently this time. Mi chiamo. Benissimo. So, tell me, how would you greet someone in Italy with Ciao, Buongiorno, or Buonasera? Try it out loud, and if you'd like, share your version in the comments. And if this practice was helpful, don't forget to give the video a like. It really helps others find it. And even better, share it with a friend who's always dreamed of speaking Italian. You'll be learning together, and that makes it even more fun. Subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss the next practice guide. Each one will give you real phrases you can use immediately. Alla prossima!